The Nintendo 3DS has a fairly active homebrew community, and it oftentimes doesn't get that much attention compared to the PS Vitas, so in this video we're going to cover a couple 3DS ports that you gotta try out. Starting off with Hydra Castle Labyrinth. Originally, this game was a free Japanese PC title that gained a lot of traction due to its lean gameplay that focuses solely on exploration and item effects. You take control of a knight who has to retrieve a royal crown which was stolen by a Hydra. The gameplay takes the form of a 2D Metroidvania where you clear sub-dungeons and gain new powers to eventually defeat the final boss. It's by no means a large game, but it runs and looks great on the 3DS's display, so if you want a simple Metroidvania, Hydra Castle is a good title to check out. And next up is KillerMan Ghostbuster. This title is based off of Mega Man Battle Network 6 and is a fun minigame that was created by one person. In this game, you fight off waves of both ghosts and viruses while trying to get a high score. What definitely makes this game stand out is how well it utilizes the bottom touchscreen along with having co-op play over local and online networks. It's a relatively simple minigame, but it does do a great job at keeping you interested, so if you're a fan of the Battle Network series or just want something a little different, KillerMan Ghostbuster is a great one to try out. And up next, Super Mario 64. It seems that whenever a handheld comes out, people want to put Mario 64 on it as it's a timeless fun platformer that never gets old, and while the 3DS port of Super Mario 64 is actually quite good. In fact, I'd say it's one of the best ways to play when it comes to its controls. I also really liked how it comes with experimental features that let you try out 3D support and anti-aliasing. Now of course there are some hiccups with this port, and from my experience the 3D was a little hit or miss, but it's still really cool to see this kind of feature being implemented on a homebrew port, so if you want to play Mario 64 on the go, I'd argue that the 3DS version is a really good way to do it. And in next, Halo Revamped. Now I'd planned to put Quake 3 in this video, but Halo Revamped is essentially a Quake mod using a Halo style, so I decided to just go with this one mainly because of how unique and different it is. The core gameplay is simply centered around being an arena shooter, but has Halo reskins on basically everything including the maps. Players are able to play via local network or online with each other, and you are able to add bots, which is always a nice touch to have. As of 2024, this port has kind of been abandoned and is in a somewhat rough state, but it's still a very fun addition to the 3DS library, so if you enjoy Halo or Quake games, I'd say this one is worth giving a go. And next is Grand Theft Auto 3. This one is super cool because back in the day, many people dreamed about having a third-person GTA game on the 3DS, and well sadly that never officially happened as Rockstar instead went on to release the GTA trilogy on the Nintendo Switch, and well that wasn't great. But luckily this GTA 3 port on the 3DS isn't that bad. In fact it's very playable and it runs at a near solid frame rate. Now the game is still a work in progress, but so far the creator has done an excellent job at bringing this one over, so if you want a classic Grand Theft Auto game on the 3DS, this port is the best one to try. And in next, Friday Night Funkin'. I was a little hesitant to put this one in the video because some people really don't like this game, but I personally think it's a fun rhythm game that is worth trying mainly because of how well it utilizes the touchscreen on the 3DS. In Friday Night Funkin', you have to clear levels by copying the pattern of arrows that your opponent sings. The controls rely on the touchscreen and perform relatively well, and the animations and music are also very good. And on top of everything, the port also does include mods, giving it that extra bit of replayability, so if you like rhythm games similar to Dance Dance Revolution, Friday Night Funkin' will feel right at home. And so the final game is Sonic Mania. Now this port also exists on the PS Vita, and while that one is definitely the superior version, the 3DS port is still very playable. It's just again important to note that the game definitely isn't perfect and it has its fair amount of problems, but it is being updated and it is marked as a work in progress, so if you like Sonic games and you don't own a PS Vita, the 3DS version is still a solid way to play and will hopefully be better optimized in the future. And so that concludes this video, but let me know what you think, as I'm sure there's tons of different 3DS ports that I haven't even heard of and I would love to check out. As of now, I've just been getting around to playing through some different 3DS games that I've been missing out on, and I'm always finding new titles that I never even knew existed on the handheld, so if you have any other recommendations, please let me know down below. And with all that said, thank you for watching, please subscribe if you like the content, and I will see you later. Bye.